496. So the thing I was going to say is that it feels like that first item that you get is so important because you invest a lot into bracers and wraith bands
I
and
thought
all
you were
this
talking
stuff.
about the first bracer.
Oh no, exactly. That is an important
that
one
first
as well.
bracer.
That's the one
That's
that matters.
a milestone for a Dragon Knight, is that first bracer.
But like you
Pivotal.
get into these fights that are around like the 10 to 15 minute mark, and really your inventory is going to be filled with bracers, wraith bands, and then like one item.
Yeah.
And so I'm curious if we're going to start seeing more emphasis on like, just going for something that's like super fighty, or if they want to go for something that's more farming oriented, like the Midas that we saw in the Invoker instead, and just being a little bit like looking at your first item differently, because you might have that one during those like pivotal fights early on.
Yeah.
In that game, it was like, I think part of that comeback after the bad lane stage was because TNC were so focused on getting that first big item, the Blink Dagger and Axe after the Vanguard, and then the DK Shadow Blade. But as soon as they got those two items, they were like smoking up and making moves and trying to regain that lead they had. So
I feel like the best way to handle this whole like bracer scenario is that you probably want to have a few heroes building into bracers, and then like Lyrical is saying, like focus more on maybe a couple of your heroes building into like early blinks and those key items instead of just rushing.
you
like,
also
bracer.
need multiple cores that do damage. Like
Yeah.
they had just Tinker really.
But like you can kind of have a couple of cores running around, or a couple of heroes making space with like those bracers tanking up, just being annoying, fighting early game, and then you just build into like the Blink Dagger early and Tinker, so you have damage, in those fights.
Oh, we got some interesting bans. They
Wow.
did not like the bounty, and then they banned this guy that they lost to as well.
I don't know if that's a respect ban or a disrespect ban, where it's like, we're just gonna get you out of your comfort zone because this is all you can play,
Yeah.
or if it's we legitimately don't want to play against
And
this.
if the patch is in such a place where it's unclear what the must ban OP meta heroes
For
might
sure,
be,
yeah.
then I mean maybe Grimstroke you could argue, for example, but it just seems like you may as well just ban something you just lost to. Don't let them keep running and stick in their comfort zone.
But TNC won against the bounty. Do they feel like they lost
I
because
think
the
he
game didn't
was-
go where they wanted?
I think he was pretty annoying. Like
Yeah.
he did a pretty good job.
After lanes, Bet's been bounty for a while now. His early game lane stage is pretty garbage actually.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's once you get the track up and you're getting those deep wards, sniping couriers, which we didn't see too much of actually, but
Yeah.
So
he played a great bounty.
odds are, if TNC can get it, they're going to take the Lich based off of the past.
I think they're
things
going to
they've
take the if they can get a Wisp. I feel like you have to ban Wisp if you're 496.
It's also like, have these teams played enough of it? But IO Gyro is so many teams' bread and butter that I gotta imagine TNC would do it.
IO just completely changes how Dota is played. It makes it so you can just be as 3 on the map and then also as 5. Okay, yeah, you have to ban it. You can't let Wisp go through.
Tim's is quite good with
So
it.
yeah, Lich is the big hero we've seen prioritized. It was first picked in game 1, first banned in game 2,
Launcher
and
2 is okay.
Dazzle.
Right. Of course, Dazzle.
banned
Dazzle's
2 games in a row. Yeah.
Yeah. So finally,
I mean, that's the trade-off. 496, like Lich and Dazzle, maybe both in the pool. We can get whichever one you don't pick,
Yeah.
possibly. I mean, it's unclear. We're theory crafting this, but end of the day, they could just think Lich is not even a good hero.
Got some
They
bad
may think
juju
some
coming in.
other support is better off being picked.
a lot of teams I think Lone Druid is going up the list for
yeah.
a lot of teams just after they play against it. They're like, this hero is pure
It doesn't
cancer.
feel like a 496 hero though, based off of what we've seen from them.
The question is, do they have a Lone Druid player?
Huh.
If you have a Lone Druid player, you can fit
Yeah,
it in.
that's true.
They may not have one. I don't
I'm
know.
surprised they go for the axe against the Dazzle. I get you can dunk the Grave, but you can't just do the double stout shield creep cutting against Dazzle because the creeps will just refresh the Dazzle Q on you. Like, Dazzle's actually a pretty ridiculous counter to what Axe wants to do in the current state of the game. But you can play the lane against him. It's still kind of rough because he just heal bombs the creeps and you take a lot of damage on Axe. You have very low armor. But with a +1, like, yeah, just, well, there's no Sky, there's no Grimstroke.
So
So
kind of
I
like
don't-
Wyvern here, like a good setup for the call.
Yeah, there you go.
Lyrical Dota.
Hey,
There we go. I like Wyvern. It gives you more team fight than the alternative, like the Liches. And it's a setup like you can draft around this Winter's Curse. Like pick a Mirana later on, the Linas, these heroes that just combo well, can follow up a Winter's Curse.
Yeah.
TNC get the Tusk.
Such a stable hero to pick in the first phase. You're never really upset to have a Wyvern on your team.
Yeah. And it's also one of those heroes that like blocks certain heroes from being good on the other side. It's
God.
those kind of early picks on heroes that just means you suddenly don't have to worry about banning this because it's like, oh, we have a counter, we have a way of dealing with it. You know?
The Meepo.
Yeah, Meepo, whatever it may be, and like even like a lot of those like super like a drow strat, for example, which isn't really a thing.
Wyvern's like the hard counter to the drow
They
strat.
already are running something physical with Dazzle there, so
There's just so many cheesy heroes that suddenly you just don't have to worry about.
Yeah,
So
you know with the Dazzle, there's going to be some physical damage coming out too. So.
and the Tusk now with the changes to him.
Right.
Yeah, it's TNC are afraid of Meepo since it's a 496 special.
And with the Wyvern, that's like Axe and Wyvern are two of the best counters in the current meta to Meepo. So you pick those heroes, which block picks them. They also protect the Meepo because they're just AoE disable.
So small little sidetrack. The winner of this series will play against the winner of Mineski and Lowtech, which is in Game 3 as well.
Oh damn!
So
yeah, that's a super tight series. Both of those teams are really good.
I would have expected that series to be
Same.
a 2-1.
Starting off right.
Not this one though.
Yeah, no, I've expected
Not this
this
one.
series.
And
I'm glad because it's one we're following. We got the
Yeah.
Totally.
potentially stumpy series, but it has not been the case at all.
Isn't it so cool how like hype these qualifiers are starting off? Like,
Yeah, this is for a major. I mean, they're only 3 days too for SEA, like each, and then we go to the 3 days of China. But
yeah,
it's short and sweet and great Dota.
Tinker Band, annoying heroes, Invoker's still in the pool.
They just don't want to deal with these heroes that they've lost to.
I mean, Void is still there if they wanted to run it, which is maybe a little bit too much commitment on the team fight.
We've seen 496 go for that. Maybe TNC's also been a Void team in the past, something that Gabby can definitely play.
5 seconds remaining.
I like TNC's banning approach where it's like first they just target the comfort zone of the heroes. They lost to Sky, they lost to Grimstroke, they didn't lose to Bounty, but it was really annoying. And then they target the mid special heroes, the Tinker, the Meepo, that cause them problems. Even though you beat the Tinker, it was. I think last game you don't feel like you beat those heroes. You feel like that could have been a loss, considering they almost killed your throne.
Yeah, that was a very close game.
You kind of look at that game and be like, oh yeah, we won the draft.
Wondering what hero they're going to pick to pair with the Axe, because against the Dazzle, you kind of have to play the lane. If you cut the wave, Dazzle just kills you.
You don't think you can do Wyvern?
You can definitely do Wyvern. Yeah, you can do Wyvern. It just depends. You can still get outlaned by the Dazzle if you just have a Wyvern. He's not the absolute strongest laner.
That could be a scary one. Although
Weaver doesn't care about the Tusk as a carry. He's not like a super hard carry like a Terrorblade or something like that, but he's still relatively hard carry. And then the Tusk shards just does nothing to him. You snowball the Weaver, he just runs into a tower and you die. And also the Dazzle does nothing to Weaver. Like they have no disable for this Weaver. I think it's just a really solid pick. And worst case scenario, they can just run the Weaver as possibly a 4. Like you said, with the Axe, it might be perfectly fine. Pick up like a Spirit Vessel. And that is definitely something like near the end of the last patch, we saw a lot of Weaver getting picked up as more of a support or as an offlaner as opposed to a carry.
get an Aghanims.
You could even run the Axe support.
Yeah.
When you're against the Dazzle, it's maybe a better support hero. Just max out the battle.
Yeah,
hunter.
you're not going to be able to play behind the tower and be that super greedy axe as much.
Yeah, for sure.
So you've been saying that this Dazzle, it's the be-all, end-all hero. Is it played in the support role now, or is played core because of CDR?
It's suddenly a core, right? Because they picked Rubik. Unless we're seeing like a 3-position Tusk.
People do Rubik mid, like that. That's
the thing.
Yeah,
Huh?
that's.
I don't doubt it. Rubik. I was so shocked to see those Rubik buffs. I was like, this hero was in a fine place. I'll take it because it's a fun hero to watch. But
Totally.
It's just
I don't know.
It's just crazy when you pick up somebody else's spell and it just lasts longer than when they you're just a better version of the heroes on the opposing team. It's crazy. Like you steal the Winter's Curse and it has a higher likelihood to kill the person that you curse because it just lasts for longer.
You got to get that Arcana buff.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Valve is cashing in. Hey man, I'm okay if Rubik is overpowered. This is a fun hero to watch, a fun hero to play. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't feel bullshit to play against a Rubik. Then again, maybe it will in a month from now when we're all
It's every single
tired of
pop
this
game.
patch. Yeah. I've seen a lot of people playing this as mid, but also I've seen a lot of people playing Dazzle as mid. Both of these heroes are they've been buffed so much that they're strong as a core.
I mean, even Dazzle as a 3-position sounds totally fine. Like a Dazzle Tusk lane.
Yeah, people have been doing that too. It's just getting items with the cooldown reduction just makes so much sense. like farming and getting those items, just because so many items in Dota are balanced around their cooldowns. Like, you can have a Shadow Blade on Dazzle, and once you're level 18, it's permanent invisibility on Dazzle, right? And this hero has like a 75 damage talent at level 10, so he's a perfectly fine core. He can farm, he can do some serious right-click damage if you build into like treads. I wouldn't go phase boost just because he's a ranged hero, but he's a serious threat as a core.
A long time and a lot of reserve time to come up with this Brewmaster pick.
Against a Rubik too. Maybe that's why they were thinking about it for so long.
Yeah, like, do we really want to pick this? But I think at some point, there's always going to be spells for Rubik to steal. I mean, there's some that are obviously a lot worse than others, but if it fits their draft, sometimes you just got to go for it. And this does kind of go back to the Axe being a support, which is something you mentioned. I think the Broom looking more like the core hero.
5 seconds remaining.
All right, so bear with me here. Both Rubik and Dazzle, damage talents. What do you need if you're going to be running these guys as a core? You need attack speed.
Troll Warlord.
It's the Drow Ranger time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Time to
God.
shine.
I think that hero is is it the lowest win rate in Dota? Let me go ahead and
It
check.
got some big buffs on this.
Oh, it
latest
did. It
patch,
did.
but
It's TNC. Drow.
It's the people have been saying the Ags Mjolnir build. I mean,
48%
people were doing
win
that
rate.
before.
That's not that bad.
Troll
they
would be
changed
cool.
Troll. They changed Troll anyways, right? It doesn't.
Yeah,
Battle Trance is completely different.
It just makes you like run around like a madman, trying to hit people.
Yeah.
It also gives map hack. That's pretty legit too. I don't think that's supposed to be in the game. They might have changed that, but if you use Troll, it used to give permanent vision to the people that you used it on, which was not okay, obviously.
That's pretty insane.
I'm surprised to not see so much Underlord. The hero was favored pretty highly in KL and got buffed. You now take permanent damage. If you kill somebody under Atrophy Aura, you get permanent damage. You don't steal it from them, but you still get it, which is pretty crazy. You can just like be a real right clicker on that hero, thwomp towers in the late game, farm a lot faster. I guess he's not that high of a pressure offlaner is the thing.
Yeah, it's just a hero that you never really feel like you should be right-clicking creeps. Like, you drop your Firestorm and then
true,
you
yeah.
walk away, or you stay in Fog.
Spectre.
Ooh.
Okay, this was something TNC fell onto quite a bit at the major.
Got a little bit of a buff to the haunt damage, up to 70% if I'm not mistaken at max level. But not a whole lot besides that.
I really love Spectre against these like heavy team fight lineups, just because it's like if you want us to pick
10 seconds.
some regular carry, they're just gonna die to all of these heroes in the team fights and like the
5
team fight
seconds
abilities that they
remaining.
have. Like, they're gonna die to the spells, right? No matter what items they get. Whereas a Spectre, you just if a fight starts, you just press R, and like you can't Axe Call a Spectre, you can't Winter's Curse a Spectre. The Panda Split does nothing to a Spectre. Like, these big team fight ultimates do not affect the Spectre because she just presses R and she's everywhere. You know, a lot of these other carries, I feel like if you have a Monkey King against this lineup, you just get completely devastated in these fights. I really love the Spectre for this purpose against like a bunch of big team fight ultimates, because she just kind of has like a better one
10 seconds.
and scales into the late game, of course.
No.
5
So-
seconds remaining.
TNC, there's a DK ban, so I guess 496 are thinking a 3-position Dazzle or Tusk.
TNC
Feels like Dazzle
turn
is maybe more suited to securing the Spectre's lane than Tusk or Rubik.
Dire team
Yeah, I think so. I think so too.
Templar
So
assassin.
TA mid.
TA mid after
Um,
banning the Husker.
So it's like a Rubik or Dazzle offlane then, presumably.
Yeah, I would. Rubik Tusk maybe if you want just to have the Dazzle with the Spectre, since he's going to be the best support for Spectre, I
Yeah.
imagine.
How bad is the lane of Storm against TA?
It's pretty bad. You can take off 2 refraction charges with the Storm right click with the passive, but
Storm was one of like the worst heroes initially on 7.202. I feel.
yeah,
it's
But
it's
got
pretty-
some buffs in the C patch, I want to say.
he did. Yeah, I think they're
Damage to overload or to the remnants.
to the remnant. Yeah, it does
Okay.
like 270 max now.
Well, Ember's always been one of those heroes that feels playable under the TA.
Yeah.
I guess
Oh, they did
Storm.
pick the
Yeah,
Storm.
Very nice. We'll see.
God damn. Lyrical on
Lyrical's
point.
Yeah, the Wyvern, the Storm, man.
What the hell?
I'm
Is this
connecting
pre-
with my Vietnamese brethren.
Is this
Yeah.
pre-recorded? What is this?
Definitely.
I came into this thing like I'm just not even gonna try predict picks because no one knows the new patch. But
Lyrical
clearly,
knows.
Lyrical.
How many
he
pubs?
knows.
How many pubs did you play today?
I played 2 pubs and I lost one of them. The other one was an AA mid. I'm waiting for that one to come out.
You haven't called for it yet, though. Like, if
Exactly.
you predict it, I'll believe it's coming.
At this point.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? I mean, it's a little bit of a funky one. Offlane Weaver looks like it's going to be the call, and it looks like it's going to be an Axe support based upon the positionings.
Yeah.
That makes sense given the Dazzle matchup.
Axe is very good against the TA. You could run the Axe mid, and with the Battle Hunger, you could actually be very annoying for her. So we were talking about like how does the Storm do against the TA, but really like there's a lot of heroes to deal with the TA that's not the Storm. Like the Weaver will deal with the Storm with the bug, or with the TA with the bugs.
Right.
The Wyvern with the Q will deal with the TA, take the refraction off, and then the Axe as well.
I mean, the same reason the Weaver was like a good pick because there was much control. The Storm is also a great pick. There's just a Rubik lift. It's a 5-position Ninja Boogie Rubik as well, so their lockdown this game is seriously lacking.
Yeah, they're gonna really need to build into some items to deal with
Like
deal
the
with
TA Hexer Bloodthorn type build.
Yeah, something like that.
You know the thing about it though that's kind of tough in this match, and I think that one of the things when I looked at the map changes is like that kind of hurts TAs. Ancients are a little bit further away now. Stacking them herself is going to be tough, and then Storm has that medium camp you can go to in between cutting waves. So I think that might be a little bit of a buff to Storm and a little bit of a nerf to.
Yeah, I mean the Ancients, they didn't get any like added gold as well. Like, you get the same thing for Ancients, and the jungle you get a little bit more. Storm is now going to be like elevated whenever he's jungling, which is always that hero just goes to jungle. So yeah, the jungle's great. So I could totally see Storm being okay. The Bloodstone that got changed too in the C patch as well.
Right.
I think it's
10 to 12 charges or 12 to 14.
14. Yeah, 12 to 14, and then I believe you get like 0.35 mana regen instead of 0.3, something like that. I'm not sure what the exact numbers are, but it's basically just straight up better, the Bloodstone. So that's good for Storm. I mean, it makes sense with how the regen changes.
The active is a little bit funkier though, right? Changing the mana to health. It's like, is that really what you want to do as a Storm Sphere? Because then you can't get away afterwards.
I don't think you're using that active really at all.
Does it consume the mana?
Yeah.
Or does it just it actually consume?
I don't know. I haven't used it. But that was when I read it. That was what I.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But I think somebody recently told me like it doesn't consume the mana. That's why there's such a long.
That would be ridiculously.
So you can just heal yourself without based on whatever
percentage of your mana
is.
something like that.
That would be insane.
It doesn't consume it. Okay.
Let me check. I'll check the patch.
Then yes, definitely you would want to get that on. I mean, it doubles your like HP or your mana regen regardless. So
guys in Twitch chat or wherever you're watching,
kind.
we're learning the new patch. As you guys probably at home, I know you guys know every tiny little intricacy of the new heroes and
that's right.
What's going on?
They're all top 100 leaderboards.
These players probably don't know what the hell how these new items and stuff work.
Okay, so can be cast transferring 60% of your current mana. Yeah, so it transfers it. So you're losing it. Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if you want to go that. I mean,
being fed false information.
So Kaya for sure. Null tallies seems good.
Probably. I mean, null tallies.
Do you get any of the new?
Do
you get any of the new the new Kaya hybrid items? You can actually upgrade your Kaya now as a Storm.
That's true.
I think it's totally worth it.
Some status
you could get status resist. That sounds super legit.
Yeah. Kaya Sanj.
Kaya Sanj sounds amazing on
Even
Storm.
the Yasha, the attack speed's not because you don't get attack speed from treads.
Yeah.
Which is something Storm I think got a lot of value out of when he wants to get all his overload procs.
Yeah.
And either of those upgrades seems good.
That sounds amazing.
The other thing about it is that it's actually just strictly better too. So it's 12%, and then you go up to this one, and it's 16%.
Oh, yeah.
So
I don't think we'll see it being rushed, but like after your second, like after you get like maybe your Kaya Orchid or your Kaya Bloodstone, maybe as like your second or third item, you have to upgrade it.
Man, I mean, you like wanted to have that Kaya in the late game too on Storm. You'd really never drop it. It's just it's too effective, and now you can get that upgrade. I mean, if Storm is good, he's going to be very, very good with this new item. Especially if they keep buffing Bloodstone to be strong.
Well, Cuckoo had a lot of practice playing support. He's playing a traditional support, but in the off-lane role now, Mr. Dazzle.
He's had some fun hero pull. Like we saw in Major, he played a lot of Core Shaman. All right, by a lot, I mean I think maybe like 2 games of it, but that was something, a hero that no one's playing as a 3 position.
Yeah.
He's always been a bit of an innovator.
Dazzle's just such a strong offlaner because traditionally that hero builds into items that offlaners would like to go anyway. He builds into like that utility aura / healing items. Like you can build into Guardian Greaves, you can build into Medallion, which upgrades into the Solar Crest, which is very, very good in the late game now with the upgraded Solar Crest. Like the hero just functions perfectly as an offlaner. And then with the additional levels that you're getting, the cooldown reductions, like the effectiveness of those items is just absolutely crazy.
50%.
It's just straight up 50% cooldown reduction. They just added that.
That was one of those changes I'm reading. I'm just like, what? Why?
Isn't that Drow's level 25 talent?
Yep.
Like,
Correct.
Is it 50 or 60?
I think it's
or 40.
40.
Someone has 40. I think SF is 40 maybe, and Drow has 50.
Yeah. Maybe. Oh yeah. I think so. When Drow was really bad, they changed that to be really good.
Armel getting kind of low, but
Take it.
Yeah, I mean,
Fine.
first wave was kind of under the tower, and we're seeing it go both ways. Storm a bit easier typically to last end of tower, though that was not the case. Already 3 denies on Armel. This is Armel. He's, I got to imagine, got the edge here in terms of just mid lane mechanics.
Yeah.
He's a top 10 player, one of the best SEA mids.
A lot of these top 20, top 10 mid players are just super good mechanically.
But it's also SEA where I feel like there's so many good mechanical players.
Yeah, for sure.
Their decision making and other team skills is often what lets them down.
it's
Yeah.
a big creep wave
As
here.
we've seen.
Oh, missed the first blood. Are they going to be able to find another? Looks like he's living, but Wyvern goes down.
Yeah, it's top lane where Dazzle gets a kill. Okay.
That is definitely what should happen in the Dazzle lane, though. Like, that hero is. You just actually can't trade with Dazzle. Like, no hero can trade with Dazzle because he just keeps the buff on you if you trade with him.
Mm.
It forces you off the wave for 6+ seconds.
That Storm is getting destroyed in this first couple of waves in terms of CS.
Yeah.
And now there's a double damage rune.
And it's kind of what is expected with the Storm pick, though. It's not a winning matchup. He's getting. I mean,
But
he's
it's not a winning matchup, but he should have. He only got 2 CS in that first wave when it's under his tower. I feel like you can just drop remnants for some CS there, if anything.
Maybe being a little greedy.
Maybe want to, conserve his mana and miss the last saves.
Maybe mistiming it.
It does kind of make me wonder, though, what this is going to look like if he's going to be able to eventually retreat to the jungle or not. Like, it seems likely that he should be able to, because he's still getting, like, decent levels. He's about half a level behind or so. A little more than that as we miss another kill. Weaver dies.
Sentry. Oh, wait, no, that's a dire sentry, actually. They might have just dewarded that though. Weaver is a very low armor hero, though, against, although with the Wraith Band he has 4 armor, but he's a low armor hero against the Dazzle Q, so, and the heal bomb. Like, if you get out of position on Weaver and he just drops a heal bomb, you know, you can take 60% of your HP all at once.
God, look at Armel here, just taunting him, basically.
He's controlling that creep equilibrium really well, keeping this wave where he wants it so that he's on the high ground, and if Storm comes near, he can just go for those side blades harass.
Yeah.
The nice thing for 496, though, is that if they do have Storm retreat to the jungle, they can just send the Axe mid, get him some experience, and I think he'll actually do very well against the Templar Assassin, as long as they have a sentry down for the trap.
Nice to get the D-sentry up here, so now lane gets rough for the Weaver. I think Armel might just be one of the best TA players in the world. Like, as far as the active players who are playing it a lot right now.
Yeah,
there's very few players.
I mean, he's hitting a lot of side blades. Like, he's really punishing Storm in this matchup.
Oh, they know the Shikuchi's on cooldown, but even if he gets the Shikuchi off, the Poison Touch will finish him, yeah.
No stick charges.
Oh, man. Does he have TP back? Does he have to walk back to base?
Should be back up by now.
Maybe it's back up.
Oh, regen rune top
Okay,
also. Yeah, it's about to be there.
Just back up.
This mid lane. These runes.
Ugh.
Gets the refraction to keep it up as well.
Yeah, that one really hurts.
All right, mid lane's lost. It's lost bad.
We'll see what else they can do.
He can fall back to the jungle, and TA is not a hero that's going to invade your jungle. TA would rather just, stack some ancients and farm her side. I'll farm you, or take your tower really early.
Yeah.
She might invade if she's level 6 while Storm is pre-level 6, because then you can actually maybe threaten some kills with
Kill
the
him
traps.
with the traps, yeah.
But
don't worry, guys. He's got a bottle. He's got a bottle and a dream.
Radiant structures are fortified.
so
You
bottom
know-
lane, that's the lane that's going well. There we go. Our top
Yeah.
last hitter in the game, Brewmaster. Team 496. They got this bottom lane in lockdown.
He's huge. He's out CSing the TA.
Yeah.
That's good.
Getting some of these neutral creeps as well. Bounty runes end up trading off 2 for 2. And maybe a chance here to do a little something on
It's like an
Mr.
ice fight.
Seal.
They're ice fighting.
Stuck in their Roche pit, so.
Oh, well
He
played.
tried to time the Shadow Wave even, but just didn't have quite the damage calculated. Uh-oh.
Poor old Storm. I think this might be about all she wrote is 3 heroes are mid.
That's when
and-
you ping your supports that you don't have sentries mid against TA.
Oh!
This whole 496 is good at though. Anytime these ganks are happening or like a hero swaps lanes, they punish elsewhere.
Yeah.
We saw this back in game 1 a lot with their roaming Skywrath. It's heads up.
With the same player, too. This is switched over. This was the Lifestealer in last game, now playing the offlane Brew.
Oh, that is interesting. That I guess they're treating Brew more. Brew has been played a lot more as this like Radiance, no Blink Dagger build that I've seen like as more of a carry.
Yeah, I've seen that too, like Echo Sabers and Armlets and stuff too.
Yeah.
Just using the drunken whatever it's called, the thing where he runs really quickly and hits.
Cinder Brew. Or no,
Cinder-
Drunken Brawler.
Drunken
yeah.
Brawler.
Yeah.
When he uses the Drunken Brawler, you can just kind of gap throws a little bit like a Centaur ulti. So it's yeah, you don't actually necessarily need the Blink Dagger anymore on the Brewmaster. I think he's played a little different.
Nice snowball away there by Timms. Gets the last hit on the creep to take off Battle Hunger and just going to taunt his way out of there. But yeah, the 496 have a lot of different heroes to sort of keep control of this lane when Storm jungles, which is nice.
Yeah. Axe is pressuring the bot lane, so I guess they don't want to rotate him there because he's actually doing a lot of work down here. If he leaves, there's just so much less pressure on this lane. And then they'll just get out farmed.
Oh, Ninja Boogie in some trouble. They move in. They also have the Tusk rotating, but Ninja Boogie is going to no snowball save.
You're okay with this? The Spectre's getting kills.
Not bad at all. He needs to get level 6. He's so close, but he's not quite there. He needs to get a couple more creeps, but it looks like he's eventually going to fall.
Goodness.
They get Gabby last hit. They get 2 kills going the way of the Spectre.
Yeah.
The Spectre team.
Maybe it applying a little too much pressure down there in that bot lane.
It's the 496 way, you know. These guys,
Yeah, that's true.
they want to fight. They're not going to back off. You call them out, they'll come running at you.
3 people,
fists out.
whatever. Oh, they're ganking this TA with the axe. I think they can actually do this.
This is really big. If they can find the kill on Armel, looks like he is in trouble, drops the trap, but is eventually going to die, and they give the kill over the Storm Spirit.
It's only 240 gold. That 3v1 kill.
Yeah.
XP change, not amazing either.
Yeah.
He'll get a wave, I guess, but
Yeah, it's the free waiver too, and yeah, just being uncontested for a little bit.
He's dead for quite some time. You know. He'd be up right now if it was the previous patch. So.
Yep.
It's something.
contesting
God,
for
this
a
is
big old
huge
stack.
Look at the size of this thing.
Trying to run. They have level 6 here. Lift up and able to walk away again as they pop the Drunken Brawler. That keeps him alive, so didn't have to pop ulti there.
I've been seeing more and more people do the max Drunken Brawler build as well. Just using it off cooldown to harass. It's super low mana cost for how much trading you can do with it.
It's like you get ganked, you can just pop it, kind of run away. as
Yeah,
well.
exactly. You can do that too. It's
Insane evasion.
It's very, very
How's
good.
the movement speed thing work with it?
It's like between 40 and negative
Negative
20%, but
Yeah.
you know, on average, it's going to make you run a lot faster.
Yeah.
Oh, this is big. They got Ninja Boogie, Snowball, another remnant.
Oh, they went to the
followed up.
Wyvern. He's in the tower.
This is pretty bad for him, although Armella's here as well, trying to find the kill. The Haunt comes out as well, but now
Storm's
in low
on mana.
mana, need to escape, and
Okay, they won't die for him.
just going to take the one easy kill. But back here to the south, that means that they're going to be able to finish off the stack.
Okay. That's, overall, this Brewmaster's having a very good time farming quite well.
He farmed his first bracer pretty quickly with all the CS he's been getting.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Do we have
Oh,
any
yeah.
ancient stacks? There's one there. Where's the ancient camp?
To the
I don't
right.
even know.
Where are these ancients nowadays?
Looks like they got one at least.
All right, what's Cuckoo up to? Necrobook build, I
Weaver.
like it. This is a build I've seen a lot on these core dazzles.
Where's Weaver at? He's not. He's just. He doesn't want anything to do with this lane. Look where he is.
He's getting bounty.
He's picking up bounties.
Yeah.
He doesn't. 3
He's being
Wraith
scattered there.
bands. All right.
He knows the play.
He does a lot of damage.
Oh, is Tim's dead?
He should be okay if there's a shrine here. Be forced to pop it. And
Come and fight me, Dazzle.
TNC gonna pick up.
Oh, Cuckoo maxes the heal. I suppose that's because like he's not getting contested in this lane at all, so he just wants to farm quicker.
yeah, it can shove the lane.
Stupendous.
Pressure tower.
Yeah. Nice TP out.
Quite get into range, do anything else there.
He knows, I think not defending this one right now, it
Radiant's
seems.
bottom tower
Yeah.
is under
They're getting so
attack.
much elsewhere on the map, and if they can get this top tier on tower, that would be really nice for them.
Do
Nice
have Winter's
full health battle.
Curse. If they want to use it, as well as the Cold Embrace.
Oh my god, that right click damage is insane.
He should
The
be
Dazzle.
okay.
Radiant's
Oh,
bottom
you can-
tower has fallen.
Is Tusk gonna be able to find it?
Radiant are scanning.
They're calling a
So
good
they're
football
yeah,
match.
they're keeping the brute to defend this. They really don't want to
Yeah.
lose this tower.
You don't want to
Okay.
lose Dazzle here. If you just lose this Tusk, I think you're okay with what's going on here.
Yeah, I mean that's three TP or 2 TP, 3 TP actually. now.
Cuckoo could still get caught by this Storm Panda. Is he gonna
Moving
get
into
the
position.
Cyclone?
Oh, got the lift.
Oh,
No.
You ran past. It's so hard sometimes.
Yeah.
You're just like clicking through the trees, going looking for him, and then you see him and you instantly run past him and lose vision, so you have to walk back.
Yeah, it's really hard actually.
This is that change. Would have loved to be able to pick up a couple of those ancient stacks if they were still there, but
Yeah.
such luck.
Yeah, still well on top of the net worth, but
Okay. Cuckoo ready to dive in on this one. Might be
Yeah,
able to
the
kill off the
courier.
courier. Nope. But looks like
I know Burrow's no ultimate. This would be a nice kill if they can get it. And
Ooh, nice.
the preemptive grave, but still might end up going down to it. The jump forward, trying to find the kill. Is he going to be able to get it? The shards keeping him alive. Tim's is eventually still going to fall, and Cuckoo also caught, not quite killed off yet, as they're still trying to chase him down. Storm Spirit killing off Armel. They get that finish also, so 2 dead. TNC in trouble, and looks like they're finally going to be able to get the walk away. Secret jumps out of there.
496 is just playing
Radiant's
incredibly
top
well, like
tower
as a
is
team.
under attack.
That was an insanely good grave, though. Like,
Yeah,
he
that
just-
was really nice.
As far as that was some heads-up play from Cuckoo. Now that the end result of the fight was particularly good for TNC, but they got Spectre farming elsewhere. Not necessarily farming that well, but still in a good place.
He had Haunt for that fight too, and he just didn't bother to use it because it never looked good. Presumably.
Yeah.
He's farming.
But look at this. Storm getting set up and ready to jump on him with the Winter Wyvern nearby as well. This could be a big kill if they can get it. And the zip in from far away, but Gabby realizing what was coming. They get the pull back in, trying to find this kill. Gabby not in a position where he's going to go down here unless it's a heavy commitment. It looks like Gabby just escapes.
Storm very low on mana here too, but doesn't look like they're pure rotations. Because they're going in top. This is the carrot. This is Brewmaster, you know, not a 5-position support or a 3-position offlaner. He is the main carry for them.
Yeah.
Dire's structures
This
are fortified.
bottle, really a big thing in my
Dire's top
opinion that
tower
hurts
is under
the
attack.
Storm Spirit is like the fact that bottle no longer scales with your int.
Dire's
So like
top tower has fallen.
the regen is just it's always the same unless you have some sort of like other regen amplification like a heart or like a holy locket or something like that. Before, if you were to carry these null talismans, the bottle would give you the same
Dire's top
percentage,
tower
roughly the
is
same
under
percentage
attack.
of mana that it would give you if you didn't have the null talismans. Now he has these null talismans, and the bottle actually sucks when he picks this up. Like, the bottle is worse because his ulti's draining a percentage of his mana, but the bottle's not giving him a percentage. So he's just Storm is just like can zip less in the early game now.
They changed the clarities too, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's why like clarities are really good on these strength heroes because their int is so low and they never get int, and they give you a base amount of regen. So like clarity on Axe, Brew, these heroes, they love their clarities now, but it sucks on int heroes.
Well, Axe maybe support, but he's almost got his Blink Dagger up. Good news for him.
Ooh, that's a regen for the opposing team, the Storm.
A little unfortunate.
Not for the Storm, so.
Although once again, regen is another thing that kind of sucks now because it doesn't scale with your int. It used to scale with your int, so it's like you get a regen. I mean, it's still good, obviously, it's still good, but it's just not as good.
Uh-oh.
Radiant's middle
Time
tower
off is
is
out of
Easy
there.
under
money.
attack.
Free gold.
See, I think, though, that you are going to hit this point eventually for 496 where you have Blink Call with, like, a Storm Spirit follow-up. And what does Spectre do at that point? You're trying to save up for a Radiance right now. This is going to be a tough game for Gabby to get farm.
Is TNC, it's like this 4 create space for 1. They're not really protecting Gabby, but they know their best bet for getting him farm is just go fight in the top side of the map. Give this Spectre this bottom lane and force 496 to respond to you. With
Yeah,
Bounding
man.
Runes coming up, it's 496. They want to fight. These guys aren't backing up. Two runes apiece, though.
Storm needs a level 12 desperately. The hero, I hear a lot of Storm players say that Storm really becomes a hero like once you have Kaya and level 12. Before then, you don't really want to do anything because it's just too it's too costly in terms of the mana cost. You don't do enough damage.
You might if you get a good rune, like an arcane,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
a regen
exactly.
rune or something.
But like once you basically you make like defensive rotations until you're level 12 in Kaya, and then you make aggressive rotations where you actually are setting up for kills. Whereas you're just kind of like, if something good happens before level 12 with Kaya, you just take what you can get.
Oh,
wow.
they
Speaking
got
of
him.
Something good happened.
Yeah, they'd scanned him, so they knew he was in those trees, although he did walk out of this game. But Axe was like, okay, I scan you. I'm going to make sure that you did not leave, and if you're still here, I'm going to kill you.
Well, that goes back to the whole thing that you're talking about, right? Like, they want to fight and make space up top, but if they're not fighting and not finding those, then...
Yeah. And Gabby knows, like, his team's not finding heroes, they're not actually engaging. He has to be in those trees. He can't actually farm those creep waves. You don't really want your Spectre playing in this dead lane, as we call it. But...
His team's supposed... Oh, wow. His team's supposed to be making it not a dead lane.
Yeah.
Are fortified.
But
It's very dead, though.
496 is just playing away from that, but I mean, then if Spectre's not farming, it's okay if you're farming the entire top jungle and taking rows. Like that's where your Spectre doesn't have to be free farming.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
see Dazzle TA top 2 net worth and Spectre at a similar net worth to a Storm. Like you can win the game from this position quite easily.
Yeah.
big moment right here, though. They miss on the call as the snowball able to save.
This Brew ulti's not going to do a whole lot, I don't think.
Yeah, need to be careful that you don't end up losing a couple more.
Don't let Rubik steal it.
He's just focusing the Rubik, so he can't.
Yeah, he's gonna run away. Yeah, Rubik's like, all right, give me some vision, guys. There's a trap.
Oh,
yeah,
he got it.
No, he got Drunken Brawler.
Oh, he immediately pops it.
Oh, good. He's a good
Heads up play.
He's a good Brew player.
Gold Embrace, keeping a life, and is eventually gonna
That's a
get
big
out.
buff to Brew against Rubik.
It actually is.
It has 0 cast point.
Yeah, right. It's
Whereas in
pretty
the past, like even a clap, there's a cast time for it.
Yeah, if you remember to click it, it's good. If you remember it's an actual ability.
Yeah.
And not just a passive.
Okay, so Rubik should no longer get to steal Primal Split.
Yeah, you should never get it, basically. It's like if you ever let Rubik steal Hook on Pudge, you're doing something wrong, because you can just rot.
No, that's kind of good to know, because I was one of those things when we first saw Brewmaster picked up against Rubik, we're like, oh, that's another hero for Rubik to steal spells from, but
yeah, it doesn't actually.
Not the case.
It's not actually a counter anymore, really.
Necro 3 already up. That's going to make Weaver's life even more difficult with his true side, and this Dazzle is just owning so hard this game.
Actually, Necro's a 100% uptime when you have the cooldown reduction, I believe.
Not if they're dead.
Hey man, he can respawn them. Watch. Oh, he's healing it.
Graven.
He's trying to keep it alive. Give him the punch.
Necro Dazzle is actually super legit because you put the Necro units on somebody plus the Q, and it keeps re-proccing the Q, and you can heal bomb the Necro units as well. And with 100% uptime on Necro units, you just have a gem.
It's such good synergy.
Look at... Oh, wait, no.
And you farm incredibly... It's the same concept with Arc Warden getting it. His 100% uptime is because he has 2 Arc Wardens that can summon, but you just farm with this item. You can farm jungle camps.
Exactly, you can farm with it, yeah.
You go jungle with your Necro Book, you Shadow Wave, boom, clamp clear, go to the next one.
It's like a way better Helm of Dominator, basically.
Way better Midas, too. Like,
yeah,
I'm glad to see this Dazzle Midas I first saw like as mid-Dazzles. I was like, this surely is not the build.
Necro does kind of the same thing, except better.
Yeah, and that's why Arc Wardens go Necro Book before the Midas. They go back for the Midas just because it's attack speed, you benefit from it. It's also, Midas, you're playing greedy, but you don't want to play greedy when you're a Dazzle.
Look at him, just walk it. He just always has Necro units.
Could be a pretty big winner's curse
team
here.
just can't get vision up.
It's one downside to potentially running it like that too, though, is like the Necro Book's killing your allies or yourself.
They do so much damage. It's like the typical counter to Beastmaster with Necro, the Winter's Curse.
But so far, the mill play around it really well. Armel, maybe in some trouble. You get the lift up. Need to be careful. Storm down and dead. Armel's lifted up in the air. They could buy back on Storm here. Might be a little bit too bold. Well, looks like they are going to go for it. Winter's Curse to follow it up as well. Cuckoo going to have the Grave. Keeps Ninja Boogie alive as they're going to chase forward, see if they can find any more kills here. Tim's going to go down, it looks like, and now Storm chasing for more.
They're heeding your advice, Jenkins. They're just cutting their losses, and buybacks happen, they run away.
Yeah, that's
I like
good.
this.
I think a lot of teams could start doing that. In this
496 themselves.
In this region.
Something if that's 496 there, they'll be like, let's keep fighting, let's go in. Our Spectre's farming, let's lose our TA for Dazzle as well.
That's a very NA Dota thing I've come to realize.
Oh god,
Stitching your team.
There's just nothing. This is supposed to be an Axe, big tanky guy. He's done.
Give him the juju.
damage is unreal. And you have the armor reduction too for the Necros to do more damage, and the mana burn is physical, so.
Take this guy on a little walk.
Yeah, this is starting to snowball. Like, as much as this is a great Storm/Weaver game because of the lack of control, it doesn't really matter if you're just behind and being out.
I don't think Storm or Weaver are particularly great heroes in this patch. I think that's just a problem. They were great in the last patch, but there are heroes that are so much better.
You could kill Storm no times this game, but he's just not going to be able to keep up and farm. He loses his lane, and then he's just struggling.
Yep.
He has died twice, but those weren't like major crippling deaths for him. It was just the fact he's not going to be able to farm. He's lost his towers and losing his jungle.
Well, I think that it harkens back to what you're talking about with the changes to clarities and to bottle. It's harder to stay out on the map with him, too. Like,
Yeah.
needs to be able to stay out there to keep farming, but
I mean, look at his regen. 9.
Yeah.
He has 9 regen.
well, he's trying to get to the Bloodstone at the very least. And if that happens, that could be another big turning point. But they need to find a lot, and it's Radiant Spectre time now. And this is when the hero really starts to come online with possibly a Haunt coming out in a second here.
Radiance came pretty quickly. I felt like he was kind of falling off a bit, but suddenly he's accelerated past all 3 Dire Cores.
Yeah, he's been kind of ignored for quite some time now.
Yeah, they found to go, you know, the 4 create space for 1 is actually happening now.
Yeah.
And Spectre will continue to just farm the bottom jungle and lane, knowing that his team is in a position.
The great thing
to
about
create
these
space.
Necro units for the 4 Protect 1 is that they can deward this entire side of the map. And the way that you kill the Spectre is that you can have vision of his team, or you can have vision of him. You can just use the lack of vision on the Spectre. You know his whole team is somewhere, so you kill the Spectre.
Oh,
Well,
walk up high ground, die very quickly. They have the Brew split with the Radiance working, still Haunt available. They're going to pop it now as Storm Spirit tries to do what he can, but they just need to run away now, and Seal just going to die. So the damage over time coming from that Gabby Radiance, and that fight never had legs.
I mean, Storm's out of mana so quickly.
Yeah.
He just had to. He zipped in, got 2 hits off, and then had to zip out.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Feels pretty rough here.
Yeah.
I mean, this is more the 20-25 minute games we've been seeing on this patch. That kind of snowball out of control.
Damage onto this dude. He's going to be able to walk away, but the tower's already dead.
Dire's middle
Now Storm zipping from long range. He does not quite hit on it, and now he's just
Could be in
maybe
trouble.
dead? He's able to get the jump away, but Red Corgi is gone. Chase forward for more. They find another kill. Winter's Curse hitting literally nothing. And tries to get the kill there with the dunk, but it's not going to happen. Nobody from TNC is dying, and all of 496 are about to be in the grave.
I mean, Storm's like mana use to damage ratio is atrocious right now, and I don't think it's him or doing anything wrong. It's just the hero and the state of this game.
Oh, God.
Look, he can't even zip to.
And the just constant the cooldown reduction. It's just constant shadow wave spam. Everyone's being healed up.
He's actually just
There's
dead.
no burst, and yeah, he's just
Dire's top
it's GG.
You can't even zip anymore to the in front of the base and back.
Tuss buys a Necro 2 in the enemy fountain.
All right, nice.
He wants in on this.
Get the Meteor Hammer, man. Let's go.
720 D is going to need to give some more Storm buffs.
Told you a
honestly.
storm. It was more like a small little rain cloud. A little
Oh.
drizzle, I would
Yeah,
say. You're a bit off with that one.
Well, we do have a little bit of
Dire's top
plug your
shrine is
ears
under
if you don't want
attack.
some spoilers about the other game, folks. But the winner of this game will be facing off against Mineski. So we get a little bit of updates
Nice.
from production.
Took down low tech.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
I would expect that result, but I think low tech is still really
Dire's
good.
top shrine has fallen.
Mineski's really strong looking though.
Now,
In any case,
we've been in this situation before.
that is true.
We've seen this story,
With
and
Mineski.
no, with
Oh, this game.
TNC and 496, where it looks like there's just one that's
Alright.
clearly ahead. Is
This
this
game's over.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not meant to say that. That's my job literally says don't say that, but
Gotta be
this
real.
game's over.
That's the NA Dota, and you're just like, we lost. It's
Look at
true,
this
though.
guy. He's
There
got
are some games I feel like are very actually unwinnable at There's
What's the
you're
Dota
okay
Plus
to give it up.
percentage?
That is a
All right.
99.
It's not a, okay. Dota Plus
So
says it's
you're
not
telling me
over.
there's a
Okay.
chance.
Okay.
I have a nephew, and he recently watched Dumb and Dumber for the first time, and now whenever there's something like that, he busts out, so you're telling me there's a chance? But he's like 10.
Oh, that's
really
Dude, that
cute.
movie
I'm
is
glad
on.
that movie aged well.
Yeah.
That movie's on repeat at the Moonduck House. Let me tell you,
God.
that's all they watch. Dumb and Dumber and
Uh,
Seinfeld.
Are
Oh,
scanning.
jeez. Uh-oh. Red Corgi, where are you going, buddy? They're going to be able to find him, control. And this fella, is he going to get a split off? No.
Dire's bottom shrine
This is
under
a tough
attack.
game to watch, man.
And-
After the last game too.
Yeah, there were such amazing first two games. It's kind of the formula, you know, underdog team almost gets the upset in the game 2, and then they kind of fall off.
Yeah.
Something like TNC is like, okay, we can't take them
Dire's
lightly. We
bottom
gotta wake
shrine
up.
is under attack.
Let's just play some Dota and stop them.
Bottom shrine has fallen.
Armel BKB turns and fights and kills everybody.
So many buybacks being used.
Yeah, they want everything, and they're not going to get it. Triple kill.
Probably see a call in a second.
God, the Brawl too just wasted.
I mean, it would have been GG. It would have been Mega Creep before, if not for that tier 2 tower. They could have just gone for the bottom
Yeah.
racks with their
Yeah.
Necrobooks, but
Dire's
the
middle
tier 2
tower
tower
is
bought them
under
some
attack.
time to throw away some more lives. No offense to 496. These guys played amazing Dota this series. Game 1, Game 2 were a treat to watch.
Dire's bottom tower
This game
under
is
attack.
just out of their grasp.
Dire's bottom tower
Yeah,
has
it's good in the sense that they know as a team they have a lot of potential to be like the complete underdogs and still do so well against a top 6 major team. I mean that they have that going for them. And then also this is group stages, right? So they can still take this whole thing if they can improve.
And even this loss, I don't feel like it was like, oh, you know, they just looked like a bad team. I think they just had some really bad lane matchups.
I
where
think so too,
Armel
yeah.
outclasses mid lane. Dazzle maybe just the hero you got to ban
Yeah.
on this
Dire's
match.
bottom barracks has fallen.
Cuckoo showing some
Dire's
great
bottom
proficiency on this hero.
Dire's
Well,
bottom
can kind of understand why it's first ban worthy against teams that have Dazzle players.
And I think the other thing that really stands out about this to me is it's like TNC recognizing what 496 does very well and then just not giving it to them. Like you could say like, all right, against other tier 1 teams, maybe you don't want to have to ban Sky and Bounty.
Yeah.
But they're just making them uncomfortable, and that's so important in the best of 3 series.
It's funny what it drove them to pick.
Yeah.
Banning all of the heroes that they had just had good
the-
games with, like, and they're picking Storm Weaver.
I think Bounty's not a good hero right now, but it's
I don't
like
think-
I don't
yeah.
think banning it was a bad choice.
I
just
think
because they shown no first 2 picks.
Clearly, that's the thing. Is it hasn't been that long since the patch got released, so a lot of these teams have 1 to 2 strategies that they're running, like
Yeah.
strategic archetypes, I should
Yeah.
say, where you're picking like certain heroes, certain types of heroes with like a bounty, for example,
And you're just going off what you played in pub, like that. Their 4-position player probably
Right.
like, I played some Sky. It's great. Pick me some Sky.
like when I was playing recently, like a couple of hours ago, it's like, can I pick you Pangolier? It's like, I haven't played Pangolier yet. I haven't had time to play Underlord and Tidehunter and all of these heroes,
Yeah.
and then also Pangolier. It's like you just don't have a
It's-
lot of heroes. After
You've
the
played.
patch.
You've had what? It's been like 4 days since the
Yeah.
patch. 5 days. So you've had
7
at
hours?
most
Right.
maybe 50 pub games if you're really grinding a shit ton of Dota.
Yeah.
You're almost better playing pubs than scrims, I feel, and then just
I agree.
coming
I actually
together
agree
and
with that. Yeah.
Having everybody try
telling your
different
captain
stuff.
what your pub experience
Totally.
is and what you think is good and what
I
heroes.
think
are
I think watching is really good too at this point. Just watching to see and just stealing from others, because there are people theory crafting like, oh, this hero's so broken if you do this.
yeah.
And you don't need to figure those things out. All you need to do is figure out like 1 or 2 heroes, and then everybody else will figure out the other ones.
Yeah.
Take the things that are good. Say
So if
screw-
you're like the teams playing like the 3 regions, Europe and China, like you should just be watching.
Oh, you
watch
fiend
these
all
games.
of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
regions,
Yeah.
and looking at the different regions is really
Hi,
important
pro
too.
players.
Because, yeah, there you go. There's some advice.
I'm sure some of those guys in the chat memeing it up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely the strat. Just because there's too much to figure it all out yourself.
Yep.
It's not possible. No human can do it.
So yeah, use
Plenty
other
of
people's
humans
knowledge.
though
yeah.
at once.
Mm.
they can. We're
Awesome.
good at that as a species.
Well, TNC Mineski. I mean, I think coming into this year, people thought Fnatic, TNC, Mineski are going to be the top 3 SEA teams. Mineski were pretty garbage in the first major qualifiers.
Yep.
To put it honestly, I think they finished last place out of the 8 teams. So
I'm sure they weren't happy with it either.
since then, they played a bit better. They went to ESL and I think did okay. They changed their 5 position. Mushi's out, Pilot Eye's in. You got a veteran support player, and I think they're on the rise.
Yeah.
So
Curious to see
hopeful
how
for
that
Mineski.
goes.
I mean, they've already got a best of 3 win against Low Tech, which is not an easy team to beat.
Well, Well, and that's going to be coming up in just a few minutes, everybody. Southeast Asian qualifiers continuing on right after this. We got action all day long. Europe and North America are going to continue on later on today as well. But stay tuned. Twitch.tv/Beyond the Summit. It's going to be all the action for the Chongqing qualifiers. More right after this. Hello? Bye.